Okay. Dear fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. My name is Tatiana, and I am past immediate president of this Toastmasters Club. For those of you who do not know, we are a part of worldwide organization, Toastmasters, which unites about 470,000 members from all over the world. And the purpose of our organization is to develop and improve our public speaking and leadership skills. So if you are ready, let's go ahead and get started our meeting number 272 on this winter night in Moscow. And before we start our meeting, I kindly ask you to switch the sounds of your cell phones off or put them on a silent mode. And if you are done so, to stay aligned with our best tradition, I would like to invite here a newcomer to the stage to introduce and answer 4 simple questions. Your name, what you do for a living, how you found out about our club, and what's your expectation from visiting our club?
Hi there, my name is Ivan. Do I speak loud enough? Guys? Okay, I think so.
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
I'm PR manager, and I found you when I was looking for some events for my company. And I expect that it will be, first of all, I am glad to be here, and I hope it will, I assure that it will be productive time. I think. Thank you very much.
What was your name? I didn't catch. What was your name? I didn't catch. Ivan. Nice to meet you, Ivan. You're in the right place to develop your skills. So I think we are ready to proceed to the main part. And I would like to invite to the stage the Toastmaster of the meeting tonight, Ekaterina Dymova. Please welcome Ekaterina.
Thank you so much. If you remember, last time we had a wonderful meeting. It was about New Year celebration in the world, all over the world. And when all these wonderful New Year holidays were over, I was sitting, doing nothing and thinking, wow, it's so difficult to get back to the work mode and rhythm. And you know, this drinking, thinking, drinking, and all this thinking, drinking led me to this wonderful, I think, topic of our meeting today. So how to get back to work after a long holiday. And to be honest, this time, it wasn't the longest holiday in Russia, because as you know, in Russia, we always have 10 something. This year, it was just 9. It was even short, I guess. Do you know where in the world the longest New Year celebration, New Year holidays? Yes. Wow. Yes, congratulations. And this year, it's going to start this, I guess, this weekend, right? And it will last probably till February 5th, something. So the longest, right? However, I still was thinking, and I asked our experts and our speakers today the same question. And my question was, is it easy for you to get back into a working rhythm after a long year? Or a long rest? If not, what do you do in order to avoid stress? Before to move on, to introducing, right, our experts and speakers, I would like to share with you my experience. I don't have any experience. I mean, I have no idea how to avoid stress after a long holiday. For me, every year, I mean, not just after New Year holidays, which is really long, but after my vacation, usually it's very, very difficult to be in mind and keep doing something productive. However, I was happy to know that almost one exception only, almost all experts and speakers today, they really have very good experience, and I am the one who is going to listen carefully all people here in order to get this, advice, and next time probably I will be better. I will do better. So the first person I would like to invite to the stage is Anna Rubinina. She is the thought of the day on this particular subject, and Anna told me she's going to share with us right now. So Anna, the stage is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Applaud louder, please. Okay, my first reaction to the topic of the meeting and the question to me was if I only knew how to get back on track. Though I had to think about it to give a short speech, and my thoughts were, first, why we should understand why we work. That's we have to provide for our living. Yes, we have to get money to spend them on vacations and beautiful things and our children and family. So we should think, why do we need this money? Why we need this money, right? Have some vision of what we will buy or where we will go. And that will help us to start working and earning the money. But if this doesn't work, as it happens in my case, money doesn't motivate me somehow. I don't know why. So I decided that, yes, the second thing you should think of is, what is your mission? What do you want to give to society, to other people? What do you want to, what do you want to do with your life to help others to improve their lives, to get the world a better place? And this really a good thing. So I'm thinking about it now, and what? So the first one is think about the money, and the second thing, think about the mission. Money and mission are the most important things in your life.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna. Wonderful. I have, yeah, and laugh. Okay, I'm going to think about your advice. Okay. So our next expert is perfect for the role of a timer. When I asked her, she wrote, I know how not to waste my time. And she really knows. She doesn't like long holidays. That is why she was happy to start this year. Her working week started from 2nd of January. Surprisingly enough. So please, the stage is yours. Welcome Olga Melnichuk with her role as a timer. Olga.
Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today. It's my first time in your club. So I thank you for having me today. And also, actually, the secret is simple. Last 14 years, I was in Turkey. So they don't have long holidays. They start at 2nd of January. So yes, that's my habit actually for last few years. Also today I will be a timer. I will be timing Toastmasters and guests also. At 1 minute, table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card or file in our case. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. It means your speech has to be finished. Also, icebreaker speeches should be 4-6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, it will be the green card. At 5 minutes, it will be the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, it will be the red card. And other speeches should be 5-7 minutes. Again, 5 minutes green card, 6 minutes yellow card, 7 minutes red card. Individual evaluations should be between 2-3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will show you the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. So have great speeches, everyone. Thank you again. And let's begin.
Thank you so much. And to be honest, I completely forgot about one wonderful and very important thing. Olga practicing yoga on daily basis, and her advice, can I share with everybody? Yeah, her advice is practice yoga, and I know in order to avoid stress and feel comfortable during the day, especially after so long holidays, right? And I know somebody here, somebody here is in the same mood. Why not? Our next expert, I decided to jump to another expert. So I also was surprised, to be honest, because I didn't think in this way. And our next expert surprised me on the one hand, but on the other hand, it was very simple, right? She wrote, it's pretty easy to get back into working rhythm when you love what to do. That's it. You just can't wait when your long holidays are over. So Alina Shevankova, she's going to be our grammarian.
Thank you, Ekaterina. Whoa, I'm too loud tonight. Hello, everyone. Hello, Myles. Hello, Artem. Hello, Georgi, everyone here. Newcomers, you're always welcome to our clubs. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad to look at you right now. I'm very glad that you found the force to come tonight to join this club and to try yourself here on this stage. It's always a pleasure. And I hope you will all participate, because my role tonight as an expert, as a grammarian, I'll be listening attentively to what you're gonna say here. And I'm gonna note any improper use of English, of your language. So please be careful, because at the end of this meeting, I'll maybe talk about you a little bit, or maybe not. Also, if you will use a very outstanding words or quotes or anything that I will like, I will note it also, and you will hear it at the end of the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alina. Thank you. I love your way to be on stage, because you forgot something.
I'm so sorry. I got so excited that I totally forgot about the word of the day. So in our clubs, we have a tradition. So we have a word of the day that everyone who is present tonight will try to use it during their speeches, and I will note it also. And in the end of the meeting, I'll give everyone an information who will be the winner. And the word of the day today is pretty simple. It got just 3 letters. 3 letters. Imagine, it's pretty simple to use. Yeah. Vim. Who knows what does it mean? Anna? Pardon? Anna? No, it's actually, exactly, yes. Thank you, Anna. I learned it not so long ago, and it means energy, enthusiastic, enthusiasm. So you can use it in your speech. I will give you an example. In his youth, he was full of vim and vigor. I hope you will use it because it's quite energetic. And I hope you will win.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to use it. When you are on the stage, I usually full of vim, because you really, after your speech or something, you are so right, and so I'm not expert. Why I'm talking about it? Sorry, because I was trying to keep and catch up with our online audience, and I don't know why I'm looking on the screen. Okay, sorry. Yes. That's why long holidays. With some degree of envy, I can say that our next expert doesn't feel stress when returning the work, because before to go to some holidays or vacation, she usually creates a checklist. It's very easy, right, with all tasks. And when she gets back, she kind of don't worry about some task, right? Because, and she also trying to ask and not ask, what is the word for it? I should learn. She believes that her boss and colleagues should understand and respect a work-life balance, her work-life balance. For me, it was also insightful something, because it's a responsibility of HR, right? So welcome to our next expert, right? Because Samira, so sorry, it's okay for me. Welcome, Samira Dostdar. Yes, she's our accountant today. I know. At the end, probably you are going to. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samira, and I'm really glad to see you all here. Today, I'm an accountant, and as an accountant, I will be responsible for monitoring and counting your necessary filler words and sounds, such as and well. So I think you know them very well. These words are meaningless, but at the same time, they can negatively affect the audience perception of you as a speaker. I don't have any unusual recommendations on how to get rid of these filler words. I think that universal recipe is a regular practice here on the stage or at home in front of the mirror. You can also record your voice, listen to your speech, and write down the most frequently used filler words. and do it again and again to track your progress over time. Today, I will help you with that, and at the end of the meeting, I will provide my report so that the next time you can make your speech cleaner and better. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our next expert also usually doesn't have problems getting back to her daily routine because she likes to stay away from holidays, mainstream. She likes to work when everyone is off and go on vacation when, on the contrary, everybody works. So guys, welcome our quiz master today, Tatiana Gladysheva.
Thank you. That is true, Ekaterina. I like to go off the mainstream in many ways. And by the way, don't feel guilty having nice holidays, because time you enjoy wasting is not a wasted time. Remember that, guys. So my role tonight is the most exciting and the funniest. What I'm going to do, I'm going to treat you. So you don't need to do anything besides demonstrate your wonderful, great, perfect listening skills. And towards the end of the meeting, I will check your skills. And I prepared a big bunch of sweets. So for those of you who is the most attentive and the fastest one, because we have like people here who are very attentive and very fast, and who answers the question first will be treated with a nice candy. So enjoy the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And now, guys, we're about to start our main part of the meeting, prepared speeches. And today we have two speeches. The first one, very interesting. And I asked the same questions to our next speaker. And her answer was, it is quite easy to get back to work after long holidays. It's completely the same that almost all people I asked. That is because she uses the goal setting techniques again to avoid stress and keeps a balance between active and passive time during the holidays. It's such kind of yoga and some stuff like this, right? So our next speaker, the first one, Anastasia Kostyukovskaya, with her speech, making a choice with heart or head, project body language and vocal variety, level 1, presentation mastery. So Anastasia Kostyukovskaya, welcome.
Hello, everyone, online and offline. So, okay, I'm ready. We can start. Smell of fresh bread and cinnamon covering the whole room, every corner, giving me this feeling of warm and coziness. Chocolate cakes, muffins with wild berries, fresh buns. What should I choose today? Maybe this crispy croissant or airy tiramisu? Probably I will take tiramisu this time, but won't it be not too much coffee taste if I couple it with my cappuccino? Better next time they give me less options to choose from. This is what psychologists call choice overload. It means that it is not only easier for people to make a choice when they have said 5 options instead of 20, but it is also that people tend to be more satisfied with their choices. We make choices every day, starting from what to eat for breakfast and finishing with choosing a partner for our whole life. How do you make choice? Do you like to take time, weigh all pros and cons, or you tend to make emotional decisions? And what about me? So I am a person who loves structure, who loves to plan. So when I asked this question to myself, I thought, I actually use certain techniques. The first one is the classical for and against. So I make the list with 2 columns, putting the advantages and disadvantages, but it is not only about calculating the number of the points, because in this case, we overlook the significance. So one way is, for example, to use a ranking, either to put all these issues in a certain order, or probably to underline those that are important for you most. But in this case, it is also important to think, don't I miss anything perhaps? What about losing an opportunity if you don't make a certain choice? So it's also important to ask a question, not only what are the pros and the cons of a certain option or decision, but to look at it from another angle. Point number 2, when I have to make really serious and complicated decisions in my life, or maybe when it comes to some complicated business tasks during my job, I use sometimes what strategy consultants call MISI principle. If you have never heard about the MISI principle, it means mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. So probably you will need some time to practice this MISI principle to understand how it works and so that it works for you. But believe me, it's a really effective tool. Mutually exclusive means that you take all the options and care about the fact that they do not overlap. Collectively exhaustive means you look at the whole range of options. And important is that they are equal. I give you a simple example. For example, I ask my husband, where should we go out tomorrow evening? What restaurant will we choose? And he can say, okay, we have 3 options. For example, restaurants where we both have been before, restaurants where neither of us was, and a restaurant where one of us was. It's just a simple example. But of course, I use it for more complicated cases in my life. Also important is to take time to make a decision. So sleep with this idea, don't hurry, and you will make sure if it makes sense to do something this way or no. It works perfectly for me, for example, when thinking whether I need this skirt or not. So if I can't stop thinking about it within several days or a week, 100% I need it. So it's a perfect choice. But there is something else. When I was in my 2nd year in the university, I had an opportunity to study abroad as part of student exchange program in Germany. And my first thoughts was, wow, cool, so I should go. And I was so enthusiastic. But then I learned something not so good about this thing. It was the fact that that year we had a very complicated subject. It was a combination of math and economy. And the problem was that this subject was not included in the curriculum in Germany. So that meant actually that I had to come back in summer from Germany to learn this subject on my own, then pass the exam and be happy. But the problem was I'm frankly saying not actually very good in math. So I thought probably I have a problem here. So I used this for and against technique. I took the time to think it over, and I really struggled between my heart and my head. And finally, my head won. I decided that, frankly speaking, if using my logic, I should not go. What to do? So I was on my way to the university and actually to the dean's room when I ran into my student mate. And he said, hi, Nastya, how are you doing? So you look so stressed. What happened? And I said, so, you know, I'm now going to tell about my decision, so I won't go. And he said, are you crazy? If I were you, I would even not think about not going. And then we chatted for a while. And after this, I completely changed my mind. And so I went. And I would say that it was one of the best choices in my life. So the conclusion is that it's also a good thing to turn for expert opinion. So talk to your mother, a friend, or any person who was either in a similar situation or just is experienced enough with this in this certain area, in this subject. And now, after I shared my experience with you, you might think, Nastya, you're so boring if you do your choices each time this way. But I will tell you, I also make emotional choices. And sometimes even deliberately. For example, on the way for today's meeting, I bought a new lipstick. No matter it's number 7 in my cosmetic bag, no matter I probably need a couple of new blouses to complete and make a perfect look. Maybe it was not the best choice, but it was right for me. I was happy with this choice. And frankly speaking, I don't need any Missy principle for it. In the end, I am a woman. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nastya. Wonderful speech. Thank you so much. I'm full of whim, by the way, after your speech. Yeah, as for me, I would like to add something. As for me, I usually make emotional decision, especially for the last period. I don't know, because it's really, I agree, really very, it feels right when you are just switch off your mind and just relax. And I guess it's kind of flow state. Yeah, and when you are in flow state, you usually make very right decision. So thank you again. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm very excited to introduce our next speaker, George. Hi. George.
I'm here.
Are you here?
Hello.
Wonderful. So when I asked him the same questions, I was happy to read that we are the same in our procrastination, procrastinating, because George said me he's usually spend time first week, especially after a long vacation, chatting, drinking coffee and chatting with colleagues and discussing some last news. So now we have George Perelman. He's our second speaker, and he is going to present the name of the topic, Plan Your Business Trip Project, Connect with Your Audience, Level 2, Innovative Planning. Josh, the stage is yours.
Thank you, dear Toastmaster. And my goal is to connect with audience. And please move camera to my lovely audience. I want to see you. Thank you very much. Hello. So I would like to tell you a life hack. It's very interesting and very helpful to join your vacation and your business trip. Who have ever done it in your life? Could you raise your hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, wonderful. So could you please share your experience and show another attendants, our guests and our Toastmasters, how did you do it? As for me, I will show small story how will I do it in 2 weeks. So I will go to Elbrus, I will snowboard there, and then I decided to stay in Krasnodar, very close to this place, and to have my 2 working days. So it helps me to start working very easy after my vacation, because I don't need to come back long flight and so on, long way home, because it's easy to get to Krasnodar from Elbrus. And then it helps to save some money, because I will go back and my company will pay for the trip. That's again life hack. So could you share your experience in that way? Who is ready? I would love to hear your short story. Just 30 seconds. Take microphone, please. Where is microphone? I don't hear you.
Josh, Myles is ready to share with you.
Ah, great.
Right?
Oh, okay. Thank you for this question. Well, my life hack, and I encourage you to do this too, is if you're traveling, you're sent away on business, check to see if there's a Toastmasters club that you can drop in and visit. Now, I do realize that we have these unapproved by the United Nations sanctions. However, you still have the option in Russia to travel to many, many nations called the BRICS nations, and a lot of the Asian countries still, because what I'm working on right now, as you know, is re-examining our attitudes here. But anyway, once again, you can still drop in and visit a Toastmasters club in China. If you get posted to China, there's many clubs there. Check out how many clubs are in India, in Bangalore. There's 280 clubs I checked. So anyway, keep that in mind. Thanks, George.
Thank you for that life hack. Again, who else in our meeting room who can share your story? Ekaterina.
Josh, can you repeat the question, please?
So, who can share your story when you join business trip and vacation, or vice versa, vacation and business trip?
In which way? What do you mean? Share just experience, or what
experience? Where were you?
Usually do?
How did you join them?
Okay, usually in from my experience, usually we have special person who organize all this stuff, and she or he just provides information.
Mm-hmm.
Question, answer, answer, question.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Tatiana would like to share.
I don't go to business trips too often, but one I remember very good, that I had to replace one person who was denied in giving visa, and I had one valid. So I went to Los Angeles for training, and I have a friend who lives in Seattle, so I called her, and she flew from Seattle to Los Angeles. It's about 2 hours flight, and we had so much fun. So I brought her to all trainings because people from different countries get together and no one knew who is employee, who is not. So I brought her to all trainings, and after training, we had like overnight parties all night long. And that was the best business trip ever. And then I was able to claim all my expenses as a per diem expense, by the way. That was a cool one. Thank you.
Yeah, as for me, I usually add my vacation after business trip to St. Petersburg. So I plan in advance and I stay there for just paying only for hotel, because tickets paid by my my employer, and it's very easy. It's very nice to be anywhere else. Who else can you can add some story? Which place you visited with joining? Aha, I see red paper. So I was a little bit longer than I planned. So my life hack again is to join business and vacation, business trip and vacation, and don't worry about that. Your employer allow you to do it without any big problems and any big questions. You will do it, and it will save money, it will save time, and you will be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Josh. Very interesting topic it was. And just I remember one trip. I didn't get your question, to be honest, before, but now I got it. So it was a trip to Amsterdam. And okay, it was a trip to Amsterdam. It was a business trip, and I didn't know before to go there, I didn't know that usually adult, right, big boys, they usually go to red light something street. And I seriously didn't know it. And when we went there, I was surprised, really surprised. So my suggestion is, even though it's a business trip, before to go, very carefully read every program, right? Every line in this program, because sometimes it could be, you know, you will be surprised. And now I'm going to say the break, right? Yes. The break, how many? How long? 5 minutes. So guys, break 5 minutes. Thank you. I guess it's time to start, guys. It's time to start. What do you think? It's time to start. And now I'm happy to announce our next part of our meeting. It's my favorite part, to be honest, because everybody can share, can practice English, can practice speaking. And this is table topic session. And our expert of table topics or master, Olga Latanova. And Olga, please, I would like to ask you the same questions. Is it easy for you to get back after a long vacation or New Year's, for example, holidays? And if not, please, can you share with us some suggestions or something, what to do in order to avoid stress? Thank you.
Thank you, dear Toastmaster. Hello, dear fellow Toastmaster. So my answer is very simple. Love your job, love what you do, and you will not have that question at all. So that's my case. Usually when I'm back to work, I have a high level of vim, and I feel that I can do much more than usual after like before the holiday, and I just do the meetings, and I'm super energetic. I think the productivity, the efficiency is much higher, that I feel it. But then in a while, once you get stressed, overwhelmed by different tasks, it goes a little bit down. But first days, I'm super excited, and that's the secret is love your job. So actually, this is also my favorite part of the meeting, and I'm happy to lead this session for you today. And for those who might forget, or also for everyone to remind that this session intends to help us practice impromptu speeches and organizing our thoughts in a very short time and delivering a nice and engaging small talk, or elevator pitch, we can call it. So just a reminder that the speech you're going to deliver should last between 1 and 2 minutes. And please don't forget, you have 20 seconds for preparation. And in my experience, and my suggestion would be specifically for today, because I think you'll find that maybe you hate me, I don't know, let's see, when you know what we'll do. But use your time, use this 20 seconds to think a little bit, don't jump into answering the question, and then you'll succeed. So good luck, everyone. And the small intro to what it will look like this session. So when we are back to work, usually many people the first day, unlike me and maybe some other people, they don't have a high vim. So they tend to, and if they get overloaded by task in the first day, they feel quite stressed. And sometimes they want to get rid of that stress, and they have to be very creative. So you will, I prepared something for you. So what you will need to pick up number from 1 to 11, and you will know some profession. Then imagine you are a person in that profession. You come back to work first day after a holiday, you have very low vim, low energy, and you get a big task. And also you can imagine what is this task going to be. It's up to you. And you have to talk to your manager and to skip this task or to avoid doing this task by all means, whatever comes to your mind. You can say that you can't do it. You can say you are sick. You can say, let somebody else do that. Anything. So it's you should be creative, right? And also humor is very, very welcome in this table topic session. So who will be volunteering? If who is the bravest person in the audience or in the online audience? Cool. Is it true, Myles? You ready?
Oh, did I volunteer? Okay, I guess I'll do it. Sure.
All right. So, could you hear the task? So you pick
Yes,
up.
I did.
All right.
I pick
cool.
a number.
Pick a number from 1 to 11. You'll get a profession.
Lucky 7.
Yeah, I know this great song by, what's his name? Steve? No. The guy
No,
who
I
plays
don't
in
know
Lucky
that.
7. Okay, whatever. So number 7, it's a journalist and newsmaker. So the journalist who's, you know, making news. So it's your first day after a holiday and you have a lot of, you got a big task from your boss and you need to skip it because you all have very low vim. You want to avoid doing it. Please.
Thank you, Table Topics Master Olga, and to all my fellow Toastmaster friends and guests. So I'm a journalist and I'm just back from holidays where I've had too much to eat. I probably have a bit of a hangover from too much drinking. And what I would do, I think, to get back into my writing news articles and being creative for the company, whatever it is that we're publishing, I would actually think to myself, as I was reminded just a couple of days ago, someone asked me, well, what was your New Year's resolution? Did you make a New Year's resolution? And in fact, it was a Toastmasters club that I visited, the First Alliance Church Toastmasters Club, where they posed this question, did I make a resolution? And I had to think, and in fact, I did, I remembered it, and my resolution is to be a man of action rather than just a man of research and development and note-taking. And as a journalist, I would remember that I've committed to be a man of action, and I'd like to think of myself as an international man of action. And when I would get down to working on my articles or whatever I'm publishing, I would actually draw on my Toastmasters speech writing experience and say to myself, okay, I've got this assignment to go cover this story. I've got to figure out what's my hook. How do I create visual interest in my story, connect and feel, create emotion in my readers, and mechanics, the structure, how am I going to put this article together? So there's lots to learn from Toastmasters, and that's what I would do. Back to you, Madam Table Topics Master.
Huh? Yes. Yeah, thanks a lot, Myles. What I love about your talks, you always find link to things that you're passionate about. So thanks a lot. Just a reminder, you have to skip the task that you receive. You get the profession, you get a task, and you have to tell your boss you can't do it, no way today. So who is the next volunteer? Please, Paulina.
Hello, everyone. Let it be number 1, maybe. Who I am.
You are a school teacher for history, biology, or something like that. So you have to give a class and to students at school, and you have no energy. You want to skip all these classes for today. You talk to a director, probably school director.
That's a hard task. So, okay. My vacation was great. I went with my friends to do some mountain skiing, but really said I'm very bad at mountain skiing. It was very tough and difficult for me. And also the problem was that in the mountain, oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's okay. I keep talking. So there were there were a lot of people, and it was
Раз, 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 раз.
Myles.
hello. Hello, you can hear? Okay. So, as I was saying, I'm awful at mountain skiing, but because I was with a company of my friends, I I want to show them how cool I am, and I was doing like different tricks, and I was skiing with high speed, and suddenly I fell down, and at this moment I realized that all of the knowledge that were in my head, they just fly away from me. I don't know. So now I'm in school. I have to learn students, but I actually don't remember anything. So I'm sorry. Maybe maybe I need to go to visit a doctor and to treat my head. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, that was lovely. If I were direct, I would of course let you go. So, who's gonna be next? Please be brave. You are brave. I know. Please, Alina. Okay, Alina. As you go, please pick up number 3. Wow, that's, I think it's for you. That task for you. So imagine you are a judge on civil affairs, and that's your first day after the holiday. Please.
Thank you so much, Olga. Good evening, everyone, once again. So I'm a judge, and the only thing that I need to do is to divorce a couple. I know, but it's a civil affairs, you know, you have to deal with things like that. What will I do? I won't do this. I know they decided to split up, and they think that it's enough. They don't want to be together, and so on and so forth. But what will I do? I will, as a judge, give them an advice to keep it up for another month, and then to come back to me. And if they are still together, we'll see, maybe they won't need a divorce anymore. But if they will, oh, I can't use if and will in the same sentence, do I, Myles? I can't. Yeah. So if they decide that they don't want to be together, no longer, not ever, so I will do my duty and I will divorce them. Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. So we have very interesting professions here. So I'm really looking forward for next volunteer. Or we can ask our guest to try something. Yeah. Please, big round of applause. Big round of applause. So.
For this question, and I create the universal answer. Yes, it doesn't matter what professional it will be. Okay, I'll choose number 4.
You're a football player and you are talking to a coach. So you're back after holiday, and that's should be an exercise here, training and everything. So, but you have no energy.
Coach C, I was skiing. I will use Polina's version, Polina's beginning, and I was skiing in mountains, and I yes. Did you broke something? legs? Yes. And coach, I broke. Yes, I broke my legs. Yes. Haven't you? Aren't you see? I in wheelchair. Yes, I won't be able to play in football, but I will say you my universal answer. I have a stomach ache.
I think you meant hangover, right? Probably it's Ivan was talking about hangover. Stomach ache, it's a polite way to say hangover. You say, oh, I have stomach ache, yeah. So do we have time? Maybe one more? Cool. So that will be the coolest ever profession. Please, who wants? Artem?
Okay, let's try.
Yeah, Artem, please pick up a number.
Is 10 available?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes, it's the second coolest. Okay. So you're a barman who specializes on cocktails, and it's the first day after holiday, and you still have some work.
So I need to skip
Yeah, you
my
need
work.
to skip or to put it on somebody else. So you, yeah, be quick.
Okay, I'll use my 30 seconds. Okay, so if I was a barman and I had to start my work after being on a holiday for a long time, let's take our holidays, being on a holiday for 9 days, and I would have to skip my job, I would, first of all, I would get wasted for the reason that I'm a barman, but I would do it very inconspicuously, because otherwise I would probably be fired. After that, I would find some acquaintance or a friend of mine who was sick with a flu, for instance. I would have a conversation with this person in order to catch this ailment, to catch this flu. And after that, I would fall ill and stay off work for a week or so, or 2 weeks. I will call the doctors. They would come to my place, and the reason would be fair enough to stay at home. And after skipping work for this period of time, I would return happy, and because being a barman is cool enough. Well, at least if you are young, I suppose, and you are into drinking or into beverages. And after that, I would proceed with this wonderful job. That's the idea.
Thank you so much, Artem. It sounds like a very, very solid strategy you can use at any work. So Let's write it down. Cool. Thank you very much, everyone, for the participation. And now we can vote. Please use the barcode which you see on the agenda list, agenda sheet. Also in the also in the chat for online participants. Please vote.
I think 1 minute is over. So guys, we are about to start the very, very important part of our meeting, evaluation. And I would like to introduce you our general evaluator today, Alina. Please, the stage is yours.
Dear friends, can you hear me? Okay. Dear friends, today we have an unusual meeting. Do you know why? We have started 5 minutes earlier. Usually our custom is to start later, but today we have started 5 minutes early. So everything was in order. The Toastmaster was properly introduced. Maybe it was necessary to introduce the Toastmaster in a more detailed way a little bit. And okay, now my task is to invite the necessary people. Number one is Myles Flaig, who is the personal evaluator of Anastasia Kostyukovskaya. Myles, are you here?
Yes, I am. Thank you, General Evaluator Ella. And thank you, Anastasia, for your speech titled Making a Choice with Heart or Head. I really enjoyed it. Lots of important points made as to how to go through a decision-making process. So you gave us wonderful content and you delivered it very effectively. And by the way, and anyone who wants to emulate this, or in other words, copy, what I do is I create a little sheet and I have these icons or symbols just to remind me of things to look for. So I'll be looking at, did you have a hook? What did I see, hear, feel? Lectern presence, stage use, and the mechanics of the speech to deliver the content, all these things for the delivery of the content. And you started off with this really intriguing story that drew us in. And I really felt it because it was very descriptive language with sights and sounds and smells. Really painted a picture in everyone's mind as to what you were talking about. And then you said tiramisu, or should I choose something else that'll go better with the coffee? Really a great little intro. One suggestion though, just remember, after that intro, it's good form to then pause and say, thank you, Madam Toastmaster, for that nice introduction, fellow Toastmasters and guests. That's an acknowledgement of the audience and an appreciation for the fact that you've been given the stage. You spoke directly into the microphone, and that's one of the things with these directional microphones. If you're holding it down here by your chest, you probably won't be heard very clearly because the directional microphone requires us to speak into it. Now, this is a speech about vocal variety and body language. Now, the unfortunate thing about a handheld mic is that, you know, you're kind of stuck with this hand having to remember to hold the microphone in a certain spot. And consequently, you really are left with only one hand to gesture. However, it is a reality of many stages that we will be faced with using a directional microphone. There are omnidirectional microphones where you don't have to be speaking directly into it. But, you know, I'm thinking we could all think of our favorite rock stars or singers who uses a handheld microphone, sings a wonderful song, moves about the stage, has gestures. With respect to gestures, you did use the stage and you did have hand motions. I would just conclude, because I see I'm out of time. One other point is with respect to structure. You had 5 points, maybe cut it down to 3. And you did a really good job of giving us the point, saying it, defining it, and giving it an example. So good on that with respect to structure. With that, I conclude by reminding you what a wonderful picture you painted of the bread and the smells of the coffee shop. And we now have a better understanding of decision-making. Thank you very much, Anastasia.
Thank you, Myles, for your detailed evaluation, as usual. As to Anastasia, I would like to say that I like your project very much. And maybe because it's rather close to me, the main idea of your project was that emotional control is much more important than the control of your head. It's very close to me, so thank you so much. And now the next evaluator is Artem Bocharov, who will evaluate George Perelman.
Hello, dear Toastmasters and guests. Once again, George, I would like to start with the goal of George's project. So the speech was called Planning a Holiday, Vacation. Oh, no, sorry. That was a bit different. It was planning a business trip, but it was also about a vacation. And the goal was to connect with the audience. And I think George did a great job and succeeding in reaching this goal. So what can be improved in such a great speech? So first of all, I'd like to start with the structure and with the opening, which was absolutely marvelous. So you started with the question, how can you combine a business trip and a holiday? And you started interacting with the audience right away, which is a great thing. You asked to turn the camera to the audience. And then you told us a short story about your plans to go to a business trip and to combine with your holiday with snowboarding holiday. And then you started asking questions again about other people's experiences. What could be improved with the interactive part, when people started talking and there was a bit of hesitation when someone was starting, but then there was a pause. So you can name people because you know most of them and you actually did it, but after some period of time. So try doing it right away. Don't wait for someone to start telling their story to us. Just name, okay, Tatiana, tell us, please, about it. Moving on, so you had a wonderful conclusion at the end of your speech. And before that, I was going to hear to the main body, to the body of your speech. And I heard only a short part of your story about going to St. Petersburg. So what would I recommend to you is try enhancing and expanding your story, making it a bit longer and adding a bit more of a conflict, like you went to the mountains. Not only you were going to the mountains, but you've already been there. And for instance, you met an old friend of yours and something else happened. So just create something, a conflict that would even attract even more attention to already great interactive part of yours. But overall, it was a great speech with the structure, with interaction. So congratulations on it. Just make it a bit longer and good luck with your future speeches.
Thank you, Artem. It was an interesting evaluation, and I think I can agree, I will agree with you while you said that sometimes the project was not well detailed. You said about the main body of the project that wasn't well detailed, and it was, of course, a negative picture of this project. As to George Perelman, I dare to say that you were not quite well prepared because you were not thinking of all aspects of your project. And so in your next projects, I think you will take into consideration what was said by Artem and by me. Thank you so much. And now, after personal evaluations, let me invite the people from our minor but very important roles. But before that, I'm sorry, I would like to say about table topic session. So Olga was very successful as usual. And I like the choice of the subject. I like your her questions. And I think all questions were met by the participants who participated. Then it's very good that Olga invited our guest, who disappeared, by the way. Yes, but it's evidently up to his circumstances. Yes, and it was a positive feature as well. So thank you so much. And now my task is to invite our counter, where is Samira?
Thank you. Hello, everyone again. I'm back with my report. Here are the filler words used in today's meeting. Ekaterina used twice and once. Anastasia used only one filler word. Very good job given the length of your speech. George used 3 times. Olga Latanova twice and once. And Alla Aganova used 3 times. As to our guest, who is absent now, the most frequent sound was He used it more than 5 times, but taken into account that he attended the Toastmasters meeting for the first time, I think it's completely okay. And I'm really happy to announce that Alina, Olga, Melnichuk, Artem, Myles, Tatiana, Anna, and Polina had 0 filler words in their speeches today. Good job. A big round of applause for them. And I wish you. Okay. I think everything was great, and I wish you to attend Toastmasters meetings as much as possible and practice speeches here. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Next person I'll invite to the stage is Alina Shevankova, Grammarian and Wordmaster.
Thank you, Alla. Thank you.
All right, are you ready? All right, me too. Okay, first of all, I would like to pay your attention, please, if you compose your phrase, be very cautious about what okay, please be mindful of anyway, the most common error was that, for example, Ekaterina Dymova, she told us, my question were, and yeah, we should say my question was. Anna Rubinina said, my thought were, but we should say my thoughts were. And Anastasia Kostyukovskaya, thank you, my thoughts was, as opposed to my thought, for example, was. Okay, George Perelman, he said, show another attendance. Well, if somebody showed us something already, oh, he's not here, unfortunately. You can say show another person, for example, something, but if it's for the first time, it's better to say show other person and so on. And plus attendance, it has another meaning as opposed to attendees. So you should be careful about that. Polina Chelnakova, she said, how cool I am. And we say in English, how cool am I? How cool am I? There you go. And I have few very interesting words that I also noted. Tatiana Gladysheva, she said, I'm going to treat you. I like this expression. Anastasia Kostyukovskaya, chose overload. Anastasia. Choice overload, thank you. And you also said, I was struggled between my heart and my head. I would say it's better to say here, I had an internal fight between my mind and my heart, because if we use the word struggle, we use it struggle to do something or struggle with. So be careful here. Olga Latanova. Oh, use your time. I love this expression. Myles Flaig, internal man of action. Oh my God, love this.
International.
International. Oh my God, I said internal. International. I made it better. I'm sorry, Myles. Thank you. Yes, and other phrases that I loved was New Year's resolution. Put my article together, decision-making process, and intriguing story. I loved it. Ivan, it's the newcomer guy who is now disappeared, but when he told, I broke my legs, honestly, it's the first time I heard someone saying something like that, because usually we hear I broke my leg, but not legs. Okay, and Artem Bocharov, he used a lot of expressions today. For example, get wasted, sick with the flu, fall ill. I loved the phrase that he used, I will perceive with this wonderful job. And also a wonderful word he used, marvelous. Yes. Alla Aganova. We have started 5 minutes earlier. I don't know why, but I think it's a good phrase, and especially when it's actually true. Nice. I loved the expression emotional control, and I dare to say it's a very polite way to say something, to say something that maybe not very good to hear, but you have to say it. So I think it's a good way to start it, to start the phrase, I dare to say. All right, and the word of the day, Vim, and the winner is today. And the winner is today, Olga Latanova. She used it 4 times. And also, yes, congratulations. And I think my time is over, but I also wanted to say that Ekaterina Dymova also used the word of the day. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alla.
So, a small evaluation of the grammarian speech. So there were 2 parts in your evaluation. So the second one was really wonderful, about interesting expressions, interesting ideas, and so on and so forth. But I completely disagree with the first part, because in my opinion, the grammarian should never give names of the people who made mistakes. Yes. So your evaluation in this part should have been more formalized, more generalized. There were many mistakes in misuse of plural instead of singular, and so on and so forth. Maybe one example without giving a name. I think you will take into consideration for the future. And now let me invite the timer, Olga Melnichuk.
I'm sorry, just 1 minute. So it was very interesting meeting today. So it was difficult actually to keep on time on everybody, because I wanted to hear everything and to be with you on all what is told today. And about speeches, does it work? Is really okay. About Anastasia Kostyukovskaya, it was 7 minutes, 31 seconds above the time. Speech number 2, George. Actually, it was difficult to evaluate because it actually wasn't his time for all the speech. So I don't know what to say here, but all of it was 8 minutes, 10 seconds, 2 seconds. And after that, table topics, I'm sorry, I'm new timer, so by mistake, I started to evaluate on Olga. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, but after that was Myles, and it was precisely 2 minutes and 5 seconds. He was really on time. And Polina, it was 1 minute and 5 seconds. Alina was 1 minute and 23 seconds. Ivan was 1 minute. Ivan's speech was 1 minute and 14 seconds. Artem, 1 minute, 44 seconds. After that, we had evaluations about Myles. It was 3 minutes, 45 seconds. And Artem, 3 minutes, 38 seconds. Thank you, everybody.
And now we're coming to the most interesting intervention. I'll give the floor to our former, unfortunately, president of the club, Tatiana Gladysheva, with her quiz mastering.
Thank you, Alla. Are you guys ready for fun? Yeah. Does anybody want to help me? Oh, Ekaterina wants. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, where is the longest holiday? Alina was first.
China.
Remember, you just you don't have to be just right. You also have to be fast. Okay. What motivates majority of people to get back? Alina. According to Anna, and the second mission. Exactly. Alan. What is Olga Melnichuk's hobby? Alina. Okay. What does our beautiful grammarian does to get back to work after a long holiday? To get back to work without stress? What does she do? She does nothing, exactly, because you just need to laugh what you do. Exactly. Keep on for yourself. Okay. What does our accountant do to get back to work?
She starts working early on the 2nd of January.
No, Artem, no.
No.
What did it know? What did Polina say? I didn't hear. Close. To-do list. Exactly. She does to-do list. Right?
Okay.
Okay. How did you call that principle? Missy principle, exactly. I'm not going to ask you to to go to say by what it stands for, because it was complicated. I didn't get it. On which year of university education Nastya exactly, Polina? Which country? Which country? Your choice. Which country did Nastya?
Germany.
Okay, Artem. Artem.
You can give it to someone else.
We're taking care of your shape, Artem. What does George do in the first week after long holiday at work? Yes, Alla and Olga, both. Okay. What was the most memorable business trip George went for, where he was able to combine with the leisure activity? What was it? He mentioned St. Petersburg, but I don't think
Krasnodar.
Exactly. Myles,
Woo!
one candy goes to Canada.
You can give it to someone else.
Okay, what about Ekaterina? What was her the most memorable business trip she was able to combine with leisure? That's the place all men want to go, I bet.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, exactly. Okay. Alina wants to travel all over the world. Okay, ladies, prepared. Now it's the tricky one. Which magazine our reputable journalist Myles works for? It's a tricky question, ladies. He didn't mention. You are super attentive. Okay, where did our teacher Polina go for winter holiday? For mountains for skiing, exactly, yes. what kind of case our reputable judge, Alina, divorce, of course. What kind of equipment Ivan brought with him to work? Wheelchair, yes. Okay. Last question, but two candies. So two of you have a choice, have a chance. What was Artem's strategy to escape a job at the first day? To get the flu? How? Okay, one for Olga and the other one get sick. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for everyone who took a part.
So, dear friends, thank you for your active participation. And I think now my role is to pass this mic to the presiding.
Dear fellow Toastmasters and guests who has already left. Okay, this way. Okay, and I would like to invite to the stage a winner. Because actually, all those ladies, the winner, the only man who present in life, he left the room, but he was the winner of the table topic. So, okay, good. Yeah, please do. Really? Okay. Yeah. That would be nice if you have his contacts. We can do that. Okay. Then, and now I would like to invite to the stage Ekaterina Dymova, because I have a nice ribbon for you, Katya. Congratulate you with level 1. Katya. And now I invite to the stage Olga Latanova to get her ribbon. You have a red one. Thank you. Okay. If for some reason you have forgotten to donate 100 rubles for our lovely club, please do so. Or you can do it using a QR code on your agenda if you don't have cash on you. And next meeting is going to be conducted on February 1st. Please mark your calendar and sign up for the roles with Paulina. Sign up for the next meeting. Does anyone planning to go for the after party tonight? If nobody, then let's skip that part. And please come to the stage to make a photo. Let's ask some. Oh, yeah. Please, online audience, please don't leave yet. You didn't get candy, so at least you will get a nice picture.
Thanks, everyone. Great to see you, Artem. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Good to see you
February
too.
1st.
See you.
Bye.
All right.